The heat stopped working 3 weeks ago. You called, you texted, you emailed, nothing. Or worse, your landlord acknowledged it and promised to fix it, and then did nothing. A broken heater, a leaking pipe, a pest infestation, a mold problem, a broken lock on your front door. These are not minor inconveniences. These are legal violations, and your landlord's refusal to address them is not something you have to simply accept. Today on Rights and Reality USA, this is video 16, the finale of Phase 2, our complete tenant and housing rights series, and we are ending it with one of the most common and most frustrating situations renters face. What do you do when your landlord refuses to make legally required repairs? The answer is a great deal more than most renters realize. By the end of this video, you will have a complete legal action plan, step by step, from the first written request all the way to your most powerful legal remedies, including ones that most renters have never heard of and that create real, immediate pressure on landlords who think ignoring repairs is an option. This is not legal advice, but it is legal knowledge, and today, it could make your home livable again. Let us get into it. Let us start with the legal foundation. As we covered in video 11, the first video in this Phase 2 series, every residential landlord in the United States is legally bound by the implied warranty of habitability. This means your landlord has a legal obligation, not a suggestion, not a courtesy, a legal obligation to provide and maintain a rental unit that is safe, sanitary, and livable throughout your entire tenancy. The key word is maintain. This obligation does not end when you move in. It continues every single day for the duration of your lease. What must your landlord maintain? Functioning heat and hot water at all times, working plumbing and electrical systems, a weatherproof and structurally sound roof and walls, freedom from pest infestations, rodents, cockroaches, and bedbugs, functioning smoke and carbon monoxide detectors where required by state law, secure working locks on all exterior doors and windows, safe and clean common areas in multi-unit buildings. When your landlord fails to maintain any of these conditions and refuses to repair them after proper notice, they are in breach of this warranty. And a landlord in breach of the implied warranty of habitability is a landlord who is exposed to serious legal consequences. Understanding what those consequences are and how to trigger them is exactly what this video is about. Before any legal remedy is available to you, you must have requested the repair in the legally correct way. If you skip this foundation, you lose access to your most powerful remedies. Here is exactly how to request repairs in a way that protects you legally. Step 1. Put it in writing, every time. A verbal repair request does not exist in a legal dispute. An email does. A text message does. A certified letter does. From this moment forward, every repair request you make must be in writing. Step 2. Be specific. Your written request must clearly describe the problem. Not just the heat is not working, but the central heating unit in the apartment has not produced heat since the 15th of this month. Temperatures inside the unit have fallen below 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Specificity creates a clear, undeniable record of what was reported, when it was reported, and whether it constitutes a habitability violation. Step 3. State your legal basis. Include in your written request that the issue violates the implied warranty of habitability under your state's landlord-tenant law. This signals to your landlord that you know your rights and that you are prepared to enforce them. Step 4. Set a reasonable deadline. For serious habitability issues, heating, plumbing, security, 24 to 72 hours is a reasonable repair deadline. For less urgent issues, 14 to 30 days. State the deadline clearly in your written request. Step 5. Send by email and certified mail. Email creates an instant timestamp and delivery record. Certified mail creates a formal legal record with a delivery confirmation that is admissible in court. Send both. Keep copies of everything. Step 6. Photograph and document the problem. Take clear dated photographs of the repair issue. Photograph it before the repair request. Photograph it again on the deadline date if no repair has been made. This visual record demonstrates both the problem and the landlord's failure to address it. Your deadline passed. Your landlord has not responded, or responded and did nothing. Here is your immediate action plan. Action 1. Send a formal follow-up notice. Draft a second written notice. More formal than the first. State that your initial request was sent on a specific date with a specific deadline. State that the deadline has passed without action. State that the habitability violation continues. State that if repairs are not completed within a specific additional period, typically 7 to 14 days for serious issues, you will be pursuing your legal remedies under your state's landlord-tenant laws. Send this by email and certified mail. Keep copies. Action 2. Contact your local housing authority or building inspector. This is one of the most powerful and most underused tools available to renters. Every city and county in the United States has a housing authority, building department, or code enforcement office that is legally empowered to inspect rental properties and cite landlords for habitability violations. File a formal complaint with your local housing authority. A building inspector will schedule an inspection of your unit. If they find violations, and a broken heater or leaking pipe absolutely qualifies, they will issue a formal notice of violation to your landlord. A notice of violation from a government agency is not something landlords can ignore without legal and financial consequences. It creates an official record of the violation. It may require the landlord to fix the problem within a specified time frame or face fines, and it becomes powerful evidence if you later pursue legal action. Filing this complaint is free. It is your right as a tenant, and it is one of the fastest ways to get a landlord's attention when all else has failed. This is one of the most powerful legal remedies available to tenants facing unresponsive landlords, and one of the most misunderstood. Rent withholding is the legal right, as in most states, to stop paying rent or pay reduced rent when your landlord has failed to maintain the unit in a habitable condition after proper written notice. The legal theory is straightforward. Your obligation to pay full rent exists because your landlord is providing you with a habitable home. When they fail to provide that, your obligation to pay full rent is reduced or eliminated until the habitability issue is corrected. And that qualifier, done correctly, is critical. Rent withholding done incorrectly gives your landlord grounds to evict you for non-payment of rent. Done correctly, it is legally protected and creates enormous pressure on your landlord to act. Here is how to withhold rent legally. Requirement 1. You must have a habitability violation, not a minor inconvenience. A genuine habitability issue, broken heat, no hot water, serious plumbing failure, pest infestation, structural danger. The violation must be significant. Requirement 2. You must have given proper written notice. You must have notified your landlord of the problem in writing with a reasonable deadline that has passed. This is why Chapter 2, Doing the Written Request Correctly, is the essential foundation. Requirement 3. You must deposit withheld rent into escrow. This is the step most renters do not know. In most states, you cannot simply stop paying rent and pocket the money. You must deposit the withheld rent into a separate escrow account, often at your local courthouse or bank, to hold it until the repairs are made. This escrow requirement demonstrates to a court that you are not withholding rent to avoid payment. You are withholding it as a legal remedy for a habitability violation. The money is still there. You are simply not releasing it to your landlord until they fulfill their legal obligations. Requirement 4. You must notify your landlord in writing. Inform your landlord in writing that you are exercising your right to withhold rent under your state's landlord-tenant law due to uncorrected habitability violations. Cite the specific violations. Reference your previous written requests. State that withheld rent is being held in escrow pending repair. Check your specific state's rent withholding law. The specific procedures vary by state, and some states have additional requirements or limitations. Many states have formal rent escrow programs administered through local courts. Rent withholding puts financial pressure on your landlord to make repairs. But it does not actually fix your broken heater tonight. Repair and deduct gives you a different and equally powerful remedy: the ability to hire someone to make the repair yourself and deduct the cost from your next rent payment. This remedy is available in most states and is particularly valuable for urgent habitability issues, where waiting for your landlord is genuinely dangerous or seriously harmful to your quality of life. Here is how repair and deduct works legally. Step 1. The habitability violation must be serious. Repair and deduct is reserved for significant habitability issues, not cosmetic problems or minor inconveniences. A broken heater in winter, a burst pipe, no hot water, a dangerous electrical issue. These qualify. A slow-draining sink does not. Step 2. You must have given written notice with a reasonable deadline that has passed. The same written notice foundation from Chapter 2 applies here. You must have given your landlord a reasonable opportunity to make the repair before you took matters into your own hands. Step 3. Hire a licensed professional. Use a licensed, insured contractor or service provider. Get a written invoice. The repair and deduct remedy is strengthened enormously when the work is done professionally and documented with a proper invoice. Step 4. Keep all receipts and documentation. Every receipt, every invoice. Photographs before and after the repair. The more documentation you have, the stronger your legal position. Step 5. Deduct from rent and provide written notice. Deduct the repair cost from your next rent payment. Send your landlord a written notice explaining that you have exercised your repair and deduct right under your state's landlord-tenant law. Attach copies of all receipts and invoices. Most states cap the amount you can deduct, typically 1 month's rent or a specific dollar amount. Check your state's specific limit before exercising this remedy. If your landlord has repeatedly failed to make legally required repairs after proper notice, housing authority complaints, rent withholding, and repair and deduct, you have 2 significant final remedies available. Final Remedy 1. Constructive eviction and lease termination. If your landlord's failure to maintain the unit has made it genuinely uninhabitable, and they have refused to repair it after proper notice, most states allow you to terminate your lease without penalty under the legal doctrine of constructive eviction. Constructive eviction means that even though your landlord has not formally evicted you, their failure to maintain habitable conditions has effectively evicted you by making the unit unlivable. To exercise this remedy, you must be able to demonstrate that the habitability violation is serious and ongoing, that you gave your landlord proper written notice and a reasonable opportunity to repair, that the landlord failed to repair, and that the conditions are genuinely uninhabitable, not merely inconvenient. If you exercise this remedy, vacate the unit, provide written notice to your landlord citing constructive eviction, and stop paying rent from the date you vacated. Your landlord may dispute this, which is why thorough documentation of every step of the process is essential. Final Remedy 2. Small claims court or civil lawsuit. You can sue your landlord in small claims court for the cost of any repairs you made under the repair and deduct remedy, any rent you paid during the period when the unit was uninhabitable, seeking a partial rent refund, any additional costs you incurred as a result of the habitability violation, such as hotel costs if you could not stay in the unit, medical costs if the violation caused a health issue, or replacement costs if your property was damaged. In cases of particularly egregious landlord conduct, a civil lawsuit in regular court beyond small claims, rather than small claims, may be appropriate. Some states allow additional damages, sometimes called punitive damages, when a landlord's conduct was willful or reckless. A tenant who walks into small claims court or any court with a complete, organized documentation record, written requests with timestamps, photos with dates, certified mail receipts, housing authority violation notices, receipts for repairs made, and a clear timeline of every event, is a tenant who is difficult to rule against. Your documentation is not just good practice. It is the foundation of your entire legal case. Let us bring everything together. Your landlord has a legal obligation, the implied warranty of habitability, to maintain a safe, sanitary, and livable home throughout your entire tenancy. Every repair request must be in writing, specific, legally grounded, with a deadline, sent by email and certified mail, with photographs documenting the problem. If your landlord ignores the request, follow up formally. File a complaint with your local housing authority and document the housing inspector's findings. If violations continue, rent withholding is a legal remedy in most states. Done correctly, habitability violation, written notice given, rent in escrow, landlord notified in writing. It creates enormous pressure for compliance. Repair and Deduct allows you to make urgent repairs yourself and deduct the cost from rent, with proper notice, professional work, and all receipts kept. If conditions are genuinely uninhabitable, constructive eviction may allow you to terminate your lease without penalty. And small claims court is your final remedy. Accessible, affordable, and powerful when your landlord's conduct has caused you financial harm. This is video 16, the finale of Phase 2. Over the past 6 videos, we have covered every major area of tenant and housing rights that every renter in America needs to know. Can your landlord do that? The eviction process, illegal rent increases, security deposits, privacy and entry without notice, and what to do when repairs are refused. You now have a complete understanding of your rights as a renter. In 5 days, Phase 3 begins, court and lawsuit authority. Starting with one of the most fear-inducing situations ordinary Americans face. What happens when you get sued? Subscribe right now and turn on notifications so you are ready. Until then, stay informed, stay protected, and remember, knowing your rights is your right.